I'm going to show you how to change out both the internal noise filter for the Trident sanders and the external dust filter. This is a different configuration setup compared to the original Surf Prep sander. This here is a brand new sander out of the box, and this is what it looks like. The tool I'm going to change out is this one here, and it's set up with vacuum, but they're both essentially the same. When you need to change out these internal noise and external dust filters, I'll take you to this, take you through the sequence in order to do that. What you're going to want to do is get your operator's manual out of your box. If you've lost this, go to surfprepsanding.com, click on Tools. Under the Tools header, you're going to go down to the 5-inch, 6-inch Trident sander, and you're going to click on that, and you're going to see the owner's manual pop up, and you can access the owner's manual through the website. So first, what I want you to do is keep your finger between the throttle lever and the head of the tool here. I've already broken these things loose so I can go through this a little more quickly. I'm using a 2.5 millimeter Allen, T Allen. There are 3 screws that hold the back plate in position. So we're going to take these 3 screws out. Next, you can take a crescent wrench, and we need to take this air inlet nut. We're going to unscrew this. We're going to pull this off the back. There's going to be a thin layer of probably Loctite on this male thread, so it might be difficult. Once you've done that, you're going to rock this back piece and pop it off, just like you have here. After you do that, you now have access to the 360-degree swivel and this whole internal unit that I just pulled out of the cavity of the tool. So what you're now holding in your hand is this. You're going to want to lay the tool down on its side. Now we're going to simply pull the exhaust swivel cap, rock it off. We're going to pull these pieces apart, and you're going to get to the external white muffler cap. Inside this cavity is the gold noise filter. You can take that same Allen pop that thing out. The big orifice side goes inside the cavity first. When you reassemble this thing, you're going to get a new one of these, or you can rinse this thing out with solvent and blow it out with an air hose. If it's dirty and restricted, use your air hose once it's laid in solvent to blow all that out. It'll be black. It could be rusty if you have water in your air lines. So you're going to take this, and you're going to take this part here, and you can see that there is a receiver end, and you're going to slide that right on there. You're going to take your new white exhaust filter, you're going to place it on that. You're going to take your 360 swivel grate, and that male plastic is going to fit right into that female part. You're going to pick this blue piece back up, and you're going to marry all these together, just like that. There's a rubber O-ring here. You can put a thin layer of grease on this O-ring. You can put a thin layer of grease on this O-ring. You can put a thin layer of grease on this O-ring. And I'm going to grab the tool, put my finger between the throttle lever, and I'm going to make sure my spring, my little black spring, is sitting right on that one-way white valve. I'm going to put this whole assembly back in here, just like this, slide it in. Then I'm going to get this blue plate. I'm going to place the blue plate on here. There it is. You don't necessarily need to put Loctite on the male thread. Take your air inlet nut, screw it back first into place. Take your crescent wrench, give it a little tight, snug twist. You're good. Let your finger off here, and your throttle lever should bounce up and down. That means that spring is in place. The last thing I'm going to do is take these 3 male screws, and I'm going to put it on my 2.5 Allen wrench, and I'm going to replace these back in the holes. That fixes a tool that's been contaminated with water, especially this time of the year in the south, depending on where you are. If you don't have a dryer on your compressor, you're going to have water in your air lines, and water in the air lines is detrimental to all your equipment in your shop. My recommendation is if you do have water in your air lines, fix that as quickly as possible, but make sure you're using the Surf Prep tool oil, because we have rust inhibitors built into that. That's like a quick Band-Aid, but it's at least going to extend the life of your tool and get it running to the way it should be.